$5 for the slice of pizza.
Bees? How about I give you $1?
Ha! We only take real money here. Bees, brah.
Bees aren't money, brah.
You said it yourself, Robin. Money represents credit, so money could be anything. I choose bees.
But bees are not an agreed-upon currency. No one is gonna pay you in bees.
Ooh, may I have a triangle of the pizza?
Sure thing. $5, please.
Look, I don't have any bees. How about flies? Will you take 3 flies for a slice?
3 flies won't buy you anything.
I'd like a slice, but all I've got is a queen bee.
Here's your pizza, and here's your change. 2 bumblebees.
Hey, didn't I give you a queen?
My bad. I owe you a wasp.
Ouch. Ow, ow.
This is ridiculous. I'm not using bees as currency.
Sounds like someone needs to learn to respect money.
The bee money. Ow!
I only respect paper money.
We'll see where that gets you. Ouch.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Thursday, October 4th, 2018. And boy, has it been a long day already for me. I don't know about you.
All of my successes depend on me. I'm the man who has the ball. I'm the man who can throw it faster than fuck. So that is why I am better than everyone in the world. Kiss my ass and suck my dick, everyone.
You've reached the end of cassette number 3. You're listening to the audiobook, You're Fucking Out, I'm Fucking In, by Kenny Powers.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Thursday, October 4th, 2018. Just want to start off by quickly reminding you guys that I'm going to be live on Twitch later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Give or take a few minutes, but 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. There's a link at the bottom. Follow me. Thanks. See you there. You guys already know live shows can get a little bit out of hand. That's why I can't do them on YouTube anymore. So, all right. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, as you read on the thumbnail that my buddy made me, shout out to John, are you the only one left with faith in your currency? Don't be the one. Don't be the only one, all right? So what do I mean by that? Well, if you guys saw the little cartoon I put up earlier, that was obviously the person who did that cartoon was, you know, pretty heavy invested in cryptocurrency. Trying to teach them kids, you know, about currency, which I like that. That was pretty good. It's pretty, I never saw that before. Shout out to, who, I don't know who, but someone in the comments left that, and I really appreciate it. It was great. In fact, let me see if I can see who it is. Just shout out to Winwo. All right, thanks, buddy. So now, why are we gonna? What are we talking about today? So we're just gonna be talking about currency, okay? The difference between money and currency, okay? Money are things like gold, silver, anything that we hold of value, Bitcoin, other things like that. In some instances, seashells, whatever.
To quote the Federal Reserve, the decrease in purchasing power incurred by the holders of money due to inflation imparts gains to the issuers of money. This is a fraud. It is a pyramid scheme, it is a Ponzi scheme, it's a scam, and it's a lie. Our entire monetary system is nothing but a form of legalized theft. But here's the biggest con job of them all. The Federal Reserve is not federal, it has stockholders. There is no federal agency that has stockholders. What's a stockholder? A share of stock represents a percentage of ownership in a corporation. So the stockholders are the owners of that corporation. Therefore, the Federal Reserve is a private corporation with owners. And you can see it for yourself if you go to the Federal Reserve's website, and it will say, The stockholders receive an annual dividend of 6%. Now we know that the stock in the Federal Reserve was originally issued to the largest banks in the United States. But because of mergers and acquisitions through the years, you can't actually trace who owns the stock in the Federal Reserve. That's a very closely guarded secret. My guess would be that the owners are those primary dealers, the banks that get to make a profit by selling part of our national debt, those bonds, to the Federal Reserve, who buys them with a check from nothing. Then we pay tax to pay the principal and the interest on those bonds so that the Federal Reserve can pay the banks a 6% dividend. Don't be alarmed if you don't quite comprehend the deception of this system at first glance. Very few people do. It is purposely complex. The economist John Maynard Keynes once wrote, "By this means, government may secretly and unobserved confiscate the wealth of the people, and not one man in a million will detect the theft." I believe that presented correctly, anyone can understand this system, regardless of how complex it is. So let's do a recap and break it down even more. The way the system works is that, step 1, the government creates glorified IOUs. These bonds increase our national debt and put the public on the hook to pay it back. Step 2, IOUs are swapped to create currency. The Treasury sells the bonds to the banks. The banks then turn around and sell our national debt at a profit to the Federal Reserve, which they probably own. The Federal Reserve then opens its checkbook that doesn't have a penny in it and buys those IOUs with IOUs that it writes, checks, on a checking account that has a zero balance. Then they give those checks to the banks and currency just springs into existence, and then the whole process repeats. This results in a buildup of bonds at the Federal Reserve and currency at the Treasury, which is really just a supply of numbers. The Treasury then deposits the numbers in the various branches of the government, and we get to step 3. The government spends the numbers on promises, public works, social programs, and war. Then the government employees, contractors, and soldiers deposit their pay into the banks, and we get to step 4, where the banks multiply the numbers by magically inventing more IOUs through fractional reserve lending, where they steal a portion of everyone's deposit and lend it out. That currency gets redeposited, and then a portion is stolen again, and the process repeats over and over, magnifying the currency supply exponentially. Then we work for some of those numbers, which brings us to step 5, where our numbers are taxed. We pay tax to the IRS, who then turns our numbers over to the Treasury, so the Treasury can pay the principal plus the interest on bonds that were purchased by the Federal Reserve with a check from nothing. Then we get to step 6, the debt ceiling delusion. The system is designed to require ever-increasing levels of debt and will eventually collapse under its own weight because politicians always kick the can down the road. They don't want it to collapse on their watch. And finally, step 7, the secret owners take their cut. The world's largest banks own the Federal Reserve. Those banks make a profit selling our national debt to the Fed. They make a profit when the Fed pays them interest on the reserves held at the Fed, and the Fed pays them a 6% dividend on their ownership of the Fed. This system is fundamentally evil. It funnels wealth from the working population to the government and the banking sector. It is the cause of the artificial booms and busts of modern economies, and it causes great disparity of wealth between the rich and the working class. And it is only possible because we no longer use real money, we use currency. But worst of all, it is a form of enslavement. Bond is the root word of bondage. Whenever a government issues a bond, it is a promise to make us pay tax in the future. Nobody asked you if you wanted to pay tax today for the prosperity we all enjoyed in the last century. Nobody is asking our children if they want to work hard in the future to pay for the prosperity we're enjoying now. George Washington once wrote to James Madison, "No generation has the right to contract debts greater than can be paid off during the course of its own existence." By stealing prosperity from tomorrow so we can spend it today, we enslave ourselves and future generations. Now this all sounds pretty bad, but there is great hope, for you are the greatest threat to this false monetary system. This system relies on the public being ignorant of its workings. Please share this knowledge with everyone you know, because an informed public that fully understands the system can build a better future for generations to come. And now I leave you with this quote, widely attributed to a former director of the Bank of England. The modern banking system manufactures money out of nothing. The process is perhaps the most astounding piece of sleight of hand that was ever invented. Banking was conceived in inequity and born in sin. Bankers own the earth. Take it away from them, but leave them the power to create money and control credit, and with the flick of a pen, they will create enough money to buy it back again. But if you want to continue as the slaves of bankers and pay the cost of your own slavery, let them continue to create money and to control credit. This is the Federal Reserve in Washington, D.C. It's located on Constitution Street, and that is just as much of a joke as the New York Fed being located on Liberty Street. Both of them are unconstitutional, both of them limit our liberty, and they transfer wealth away from us every second of every day to the Federal Reserve, to the government, and to the banking sector. You are now among the 1 in a million who can detect the theft of your prosperity. So the big question is, what can you do about it?
Okay? What is currency? Currency are just pieces of paper. Well, not pieces of paper, but currency are just things that we as a population use in order to transfer value from point A to point B. So right now our currency is fiat currency, which is paper dollars, okay? And they're only as good as the faith that we put into them. All right? And when it comes to how we're going to be moving from one system to another, it's going to be very simple, guys. One day you're going to wake up and everyone is all of a sudden going to start using these fucking things. One second. Hey guys, sorry for that abrupt whatever. Today's just one of those days. It's literally 1 p.m. But I should already have the episode uploaded by now, and I'm literally recording it. And I've been up since 8 in the morning. It's just one thing after another after another. Again, I'm doing this because just to like let you guys know that you should never give up no matter what. Okay? And right now, you know, like today has been a very hard and stressful day all around. I'm not even gonna fucking bore you with all the fucking details of everything. But the reality is that, you know, I guess it's just like it really is like a perfect segue to what this episode is. It's all about faith. And even though we should have faith in whatever currency we choose, we can't be and we cannot have total blind faith. Okay? Because sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes things are not as they seem, and we need to still have the ability to step back and see and look at things as how they are and be like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right, and move forward with that. So all I'm saying is that just like you saw at the beginning in the little cartoon where one day he went to go buy a pizza and nobody wanted his dollars anymore, everybody was trading in bees or Bitcoin or whatever crypto or whatever it is. The thing is that day will come where whoever out there is 100% staunch on the dollar or whatever crypto or whatever currency that they choose and think that it's going to outlast all these cryptocurrencies, it's going to outlast this movement of cryptocurrency and blockchain and all that shit that I keep talking about every episode, then, you know, they will be the odd man out. You know, at the end of the day, when that happens overnight, it didn't happen overnight. It took a very long time for everyone to start trading in bees. It's just that when that person wanted to finally, you know, when that person was still like on that dollar, it's just because he wasn't paying attention. So it's the same thing with what's going on right now. No matter how horrible your day could be, how stressful, how many things are on your plate, no matter what, don't lose sight of things, all right, guys? Please don't lose sight. In the sense that don't be one of those individuals out there that is going to miss this whole technology revolution just because you weren't paying attention, just because you were too busy making money, just because you were too busy doing X, Y, and Z. All right? Have faith in yourself. Take time for yourself. Have faith, all right, that what you're doing is gonna pay off. But please, for the love of God, don't just get in on this. Don't get in this space just to make a few bucks and get out, because you will be missing out on the big picture. Don't be that guy that was just there to make the Pets.com commercial. Be the guy that was hired to make that Pets.com commercial, and once you left there, you're like, damn, these guys are morons, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start my own Amazon.com, eBay.com, whatever. All right? So be that guy. Be that person. Okay? I'm trying to be that person. I encourage you guys to be that, and I love when I hear the stories. All right? So please, let's do it together. Now, look, I'm gonna end. This is a super duper crazy short episode because I got like still a million things to do. Gotta edit this. I got a million, like, for real. You know, I apologize. You know, I really do. I gotta go live later on tonight, so on and so forth. Yeah, maybe later tonight I'll give you more details on my day as to what happened. But regardless, look, guys, just don't be that guy. Don't be the cartoon guy with the dollars, okay? And that goes for any currency, okay? Don't be the one that's only holding Bitcoin, that's only holding Bitcoin Cash, only holding Litecoin. Don't be that. Diversify, all right? Educate yourself. What's the difference between currency, money? Why does Bitcoin exist? Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourselves why you're in this space. Ask yourself why we need to defeat the banks, why we need to do what we need to do, okay? The more you answer these questions, the better you will be fitted to move forward in this, within this revolution. It's gonna happen no matter what. Don't be left out. Don't be the one dumbass holding the fucking dollar, all right? And this is not a fad, all right? Sure, cryptocurrencies are going to be around forever, and the fad could be that, 1 year it'll be Bitcoin, another year it'll be Dash, another year it'll be Monero, and those will be like the fads. And that's again what makes this so awesome, that's what the currency will be in the future. It's not going to be where a government will just push its might and say this is the currency. No, we the people will choose the currency. Alright guys, it's starting to rain. I got my clothes out there getting fucking soaking wet. This is fucking ridiculous. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. It's just one of those days. Fucking soaking wet. That's what she said. You know what a shitty day like today is a reminder of? Thank God you're alive. Thank God that whatever the fuck, how horrible it is, now it's hot, humid, it's like it's just one thing after another. But it's just a quick reminder of the fact that we at least have the ability to feel that, to have that, all right? And that if this is the worst it could be, I mean, come on, really? How lucky are we? So anyways, with that, I leave you guys. I'm gonna edit this real quick. Hopefully you guys can watch it before I go live. If not, whatever, we'll watch it together. Love you guys, peace. Smell you later, alligator. See you in a few hours.